If you're working on improving conversion rates, you've probably run into the same problem. You have dozens of ideas to test, everything feels important, you spend a ton of time and effort testing them, and your conversion rate barely moves. If you want to optimize that process and spend dramatically less time and effort deciding what to test, in this video I'll show you one of the most effective frameworks for prioritizing the hypothesis. I won't keep you waiting. This framework is called ICE. So what is ICE? ICE is one of the most popular frameworks for prioritizing hypotheses in startups, product development and marketing. It was created by Sean Ellis for growth experiments. The idea is simple. Every hypothesis is scored based on three criteria. Impact. This refers to how much your key metric will improve if the hypothesis works. Confidence. How confident are you that the hypothesis will actually work? And ease. That's how easy and quick is it to implement. So how do you actually use it? Let's say we have a table with three hypotheses. Now we simply score each hypothesis from 1 to 10 for every criterion. Impact matters how much the experiment could improve your metrics. For example, 10 could increase conversion by dozens of percent, 7 is significant improvement, 4 is small improvement, and 1 is barely noticeable improvement. Confidence measures how much evidence supports your hypothesis. For example, 9 to 10 is user research, lots of customer interviews, competitors successfully use it, analytics support it, and similar experience works before. 5 to 7 is documented sources, logical assumptions, and some supporting data. And from 1 to 3 it sounds like a good idea, but there's little or no evidence. Ease is simply how many resources the change requires. That could be development time, design work, money, or overall implementation effort. For example, 10 is to change a piece of text in 2 minutes, and 1 is to rewrite the entire product over 6 months. Now we can score our hypothesis, and we simply multiply the three scores together. So the priorities become obvious. There's also a more advanced version of ICE called RICE. It works almost the same way, but adds one more factor at the beginning, reach. The RICE framework was created by Sean McBride specifically to fix ICE's biggest blind spot. It ignores how many people an experiment will reach. What does reach mean? Simply put, how many people will actually see the part you're changing. For example, we have hypothesis A, to change the hero section. That section is viewed by 10,000 of users every month, so reach is equal 10,000. Hypothesis B is to improve the API settings page. Only 300 users visit that page each month, so reach is equal 300. The other criteria are also scored a little differently in RICE. Impact is scored from 0.25 to 3, where 0.25 is low, 1 is medium, and 3 is massive. Confidence is usually expressed as a percentage. 80 to 100% is strong and supported idea, 50% is educated guess, and 20 and less percent is mostly intuition. And this becomes effort. Effort is usually measured in % per month. For example, designer spends 0.5 months and developer spends 1 month, so total effort is 1.5 months. And if for ICE you had just to multiply, here you need to multiply reach, impact and confidence and divide by effort. So why ICE is better? Imagine these two hypotheses have exactly the same ICE score. But the new headline will be seen by 10,000 users. The new settings page design will only be seen by 2,000 users. That's why RICE usually produces much better prioritization. Okay, so how can I figure out which one to use? If your hypotheses are seen by roughly the same number of users, ICE is actually enough. For example, change the headline, add customer testimonials, replace the CTA button, and add a product demo video. But if different experiments affect very different number of users, RICE is the better choice because it accounts for reach. For example, if you need to change the homepage, improve the pricing page, redesign the API setting page, and optimize the admin dashboard. 10,000 people see the homepage, but the API page can only be seen by 300 users. That's where the reach is needed option. As a result, now your hypotheses have structure. Instead of relying on intuition, you can prioritize your experiments using a clear data-driven framework. If you want me to review your website from a conversion perspective, you can book a free audit call on my website, link in bio.